Welcome to the MFS Wellness Podcast, a hybrid structure encompassing health, fitness, self-improvement, and entertainment, where no topic is off limits and all opinions are graciously welcomed.
Let's get on with the show!
And now, here's the host of the show, Mike Sinopoli.
Welcome to the MFS Wellness Podcast. I am Mike Sinopoli, certified nutrition coach, consultant, counselor, call me whatever you'd like. When you're filtering through different diet programs, different training programs, you go online, you're probably motivated, you're looking to go ahead and find out what is the best. You want to make an overhaul, you're just desperate need of what is best, what's fastest, what's going to do the most for me in the least amount of time. That's all good, but what happens here is usually people will go ahead and take on something that is not necessarily the best for them. So what is considered the best is subjective in most cases, depending on who you talk to, what your goals are, and who you are, and what people think, and where they've been, and what they've done, and what they can sustain. So when you look for the best, you are literally searching opinions. You're going to be searching through what people are stuck to, biases. So that can get really nasty especially if you kind of hone in on just like one individual and they say this and that what's the best, what's the greatest. Even me, some people, they come to me for information, which I appreciate that, and I always respect it and love it, and please keep it coming. But even me, double check, ask multiple people what they think is best, because what I think is best for something may differ from what somebody else thinks and what you might end up thinking is best. So when it comes to the perfect diet, there's no perfect diet. So you kind of can burn yourself out going online and finding these ultimate training programs, the most intense, the most effective, they call them. You have to open your eyes to a few things and make sure that you're not dealing with a company that's out for pure profit. Every which one, supplement companies, trainers, you name it, they're going to tell you that they're the best, and this is going to be the best for you. Really, what's going to happen is it's going to take time for you to find out what's the best for you, because the key phrase there is for you. So you need to find out you and what's going to work for you. Because if you go ahead and take this super strict diet with this aggressive, rigorous training program 6 days a week, and that's the best because you read it, then you can't sustain it. It's not the best for you. That's it. It's not. A 3 day a week, lenient 80-20 type diet might actually be the best for you because it's most sustainable. That's what's the best, what you personally can sustain. So, when you're being sold these products and you don't like them, especially supplements, they're gonna trick you and tell you that this is necessary. I'll tell you this, and this is my opinion, and again, ask whoever you want. There is no supplement anywhere that's necessary and the best. They're just nonsense. Some will advertise themselves as cleaner. They have better ingredients. But you know what? When it comes down to supplements, it's a sales industry. That's all that it is. They're pushing products that they make. They want to create a dependency on that for you, make you believe that it's the best. That's why so many people think that a factory-generated protein powder in a tub is a better idea than, a piece of skinless chicken breast. I don't think it is. I mean, they're both fine. They both do something. They're both protein sources. I'm not crapping on either one, to be honest with you. But if a company is going to tell you that their factory-made powder is better than a chicken breast, a natural piece of food in most cases, that's nonsense. They're just pushing their product. And if you like chicken breast and it's easier for you to eat with other foods, and you're choking down this protein powder that you don't even like, because I personally think protein shakes taste like shit, most of them. At least when you just kind of take it and blend it in some water and shake it up and try to slug it down, it's miserable. It's boring. It sucks. It's only good for me that what's best for me with protein is to have it because I want to hit my protein target, and I don't care what it means. Sometimes I sacrifice taste and pleasure for effectiveness, and that's also another very good mentality to take on. Sometimes your food's going to suck. I mean, it just is. I mean, if you're putting that much effort into your physique and your body and your results, you might have 5 minutes at home when you get back from the gym, you got to shower and you got to go to do something else. But you can put down a protein shake in there, go for it, do it. Even if you got to choke it down, who cares? And then at least you've got another 30 grams of protein in your body and you're working towards your goal. It's better than grabbing a Pop-Tart. So anyways, it's what's best for you. So if a protein shake works best for you, then have them. That's the way it goes. And, people will tell you that's not a good protein shake. That's a better one. And you know what? Just do what you can do and what's working for you. Make changes slowly as you go. Same thing goes for training. Like I mentioned before, the best training program, someone's going to give you that. You might even get it from like a physique competitor or a bodybuilder. You might get this aggressive, just in-depth, detailed program. And it's 6 days a week, an hour and a half a day in the gym. And, there's added cardio and all this stuff that takes over your life. Maybe it's the most effective for them, but if you're not sustaining it, forget it. It might even burn you out. And you might end up quitting early. You might overtrain. You might hurt yourself. So the best way to start is when you can fit it into your day. When a client will ask me, well, how often should I work out? Well, I say, how much time do you have to work out? Then what we do is we fit in a training program and say, this is what we can do. This is what's best for you for the time you have. The worst thing I could do is tell a client, oh, you got to be training 6 days a week. And they don't want to, or they don't have the time at the moment. What good is that for me to force this person to go 6 days a week in the gym when they really are going to struggle to fit that into their day? They're going to burn out. They're not going to go. They're going to miss a day, feel like they failed, and they're going to just stop altogether. But if they tell me I got 3 days, 45 minutes a day, I can get to the gym, that's doable. Then I'm going to say, all right, let's put together a training program for you that's going to work for that. So let your life be the driver. You are going to have to make some sacrifices. You are going to have to make some change because that's just what this is all about, because you can't expect to keep doing the shit you're doing and change your physique and how you feel and your health and your blood sugar numbers or your blood pressure, triglycerides, all that stuff. You're just not going to, you're going to have to change something, bottom line. But, if adding in the workouts, that's an adder. So, hey, you're not doing anything right now. Start with 1 day. Then we'll move it up to 2, 3. Who cares? Just rev it up. You don't have to go balls out to start. And just finding out what is best for you is everything. Same thing with foods. It's what you're going to eat consistently. You'll hear from somebody, oh, that chicken there is great. You got to have it plain. Don't put salt on it or something really out there like that. Like, oh, I heard salt is bad. Everyone wants to say something's bad because when we hear it's bad, what do? We stay away from it. We completely restrict it. But you know what? Salt isn't that bad. Again, pending on your blood pressure issues, talk to your doctor about that. But salt is very good for us for athletic performance, especially if we're active, and it helps taste. I like broccoli with salt on it. I really do. Or some sort of sauce or cheese or something like that. I don't like plain broccoli. I think it's disgusting. It tastes like fucking barf to me. I don't like it. But if I put a little something on there, I'll eat it. Now, is that the best way to eat it? No, they're going to tell you the best way to eat broccoli is plain, steamed, and just choke it down. That's the best way to go, right? But if I'm not going to keep up eating broccoli like that, but I will with a little bit of salt or some melted cheese or a dressing of some sort, then why would I sacrifice the nutrients in broccoli and in this food? Because I'm just going to replace that with something else, something probably less ideal to eat. So I just put a little extra on top of that, and I eat my broccoli regularly if I'd like. So that's another thing. Everyone's going to nitpick you and tell you, oh, it's bad. That's bad for you. Like I'll even be sitting out there, and people know what I do, and I'm a healthier person, whatever they want to say I am. And I've been told I'm a hypocrite if I go out to eat and they see me eating a burger or pizza or whatever it is. I get that tongue in cheek that, oh, look at you, you're off your diet today, Mike. No, I'm not. I'm on my lifestyle. I'm living how I want to live. And today I wanted to go out and have pizza. And you know what? I've learned through how to eat and maneuver and everything with food that I can do this. And I can go ahead and feel good and get right back on track the next day and eat well and want to. And you know what? I want to at this point. It's not hard for me. It's such a freeing feeling to just go ahead and be able to go out for that food and eat it and, shun those feelings of, I feel like shit after this. That's just a temporary feeling. It's usually a high sodium content. I know I just said before that salt is fine, and it is, but when you do go out to eat and in certain other foods, it is excessive, especially at restaurants. But again, like I said, just last night I went out for a burger and fries with my wife, and you know what? That's just what I had a taste for. She did too, and we were like, let's just go. And we did. And you know what? Today, I had a light breakfast with high protein, and I haven't eaten again yet. And I'm going to eat later, and that's that. And I just kind of go with it. So that's it. So, that's what will help your diet fail. That's what will make you quit when you start restricting those types of things. It's fun to go out on a Saturday night and have something fun to eat. 80-20 everything. If you want my idea of what the best is, it's 80-20. It's 80% on track, 80%, and it depends on your goals. But 80% on track, 80% working out, all that stuff. And then, 20% of the time, maybe you're a little more lenient. Doesn't mean you have to, destroy yourself. You don't have to, eat a whole pizza because it's your 20% time. But, hey, I'm just going to make some food, and I'm not going to track it here. I'm just going to go ahead and put some things in there. Put a little extra dressing on my food. Or, it can be anything. You're just grab an extra couple of Oreos, and whatever. That's fine. That keeps you kind of going. It's when you feel like you failed on that, it makes you want to quit. So once you realize that you're okay to do these little things here and there, and it's not going to destroy you, we have this whole perfectionist mentality that is just wiping people away from their goals, and it's sad because there's just no way that they're it's so hard to unlearn. It's so hard to unlearn that if you don't eat healthy, that you're just fucked, and then you shame yourself, you self-sabotage yourself, and you go into this pit of self-hate and discouragement, and then you just pile on food on top of that to heal that. That's kind of where it goes. So that's why going for the best can always, and it's just knock you down, because you took on the best, right? You go on, you took on the best workout that you could find, you took on the best diet. It's basically a physique competitor's deal. It's plain ass shit protein. It's plain ass vegetables. It's rigorous training. But guess what? In a week and a half, you're done. You failed. You stopped. You quit. Well, that's because the best wasn't the best for you. And that's just what it is. And that comes with acceptance. And, especially if you don't want that physique competitor's look, why are you doing the physique competitor's diet and training? Well, if you don't want those results, if you don't want to get on a stage and stand there in a G-string in front of a bunch of judges, why are you eating like a person that does? Who cares? It's way more satisfying to have some body acceptance, be in shape, feel good, be mobile, and still have that excitement of, hey, I can go out on Saturday and have a few cocktails or tacos, pizza, whatever it is, and then eventually you start feeling that confidence in yourself to where you don't even have to weigh and measure food anymore. You can just eyeball it. You know what feels good. You know what your body needs. You know what you like pre-workout, post-workout, before bed, in the morning. And you just kind of create it yourself. So that's the best. The best is created for you in your life. Your work schedule is going to be in there. Your kids, everything else is going to revolve around that. Your diet includes that. Okay? You don't want to change everything, your whole life around because of a diet. You want to kind of incorporate it into it. And that's what the main idea is here. Now, there is also, the best that I have. The best is to hit your protein target and stay in a calorie deficit if you want fat loss and lift weights. That's the best to me. And that has a lot of, flexibility within it. You just have to know how to do it. But like I said, we're all going to have different opinions. You're going to read different stuff. You're going to read something from a doctor. You're going to read something from a trainer. You're going to read something from a bodybuilder. It's just, you piece it all together, find what works for you. You in the mirror, your results in the mirror, and how you feel and how your clothes feel is where you figure out what is the best. That's you being your best, is because you've taken on something that works constantly, and you can carry that on for the rest of your life. This isn't a temporary thing. If you have to eliminate the temporary mentality that comes along with diet, the 30-day, the 90-day. Forget it. Why are you going to set a time limit to something that you're going to care about for the rest of your life? How you eat, how you move, how you train, getting up in the morning, everything is going to be forever until the day you are dead. And then that is when you can stop caring, is when you are dead. That is when you stop. It's extreme. It's aggressive. Nobody wants to sell that because it scares you. It scares people. If I went out there and I said, how long is your program for? 30 days, 60 days? It's forever, man. That's it. So you got to stop with this short-term shit, because it's nonsense. There's no kickstarts. There's no detoxes. End this and stop falling for it. Stop spending money on it. Take it into your own hands and create something for yourself on how to eat. When you start going to restaurants, you're going to start looking at the menu differently. You're going to realize that, oh, okay, I don't need a fried platter before my entree. I don't need a whole bunch of fried mushrooms, onion rings, and cheese fried before I go ahead and have a burger and fries and then a piece of cake. You know, you can structure your meals a little differently. You know, when I go out, I'll grab if I want an appetizer, I go high protein if I can find it. I'll go with like a grilled calamari, and then my entree will be something more along the line of an entree-sized salad with extra meat, or maybe something from the entree section that's got a nice balance of a potato, a vegetable, and a meat, something of the sort. Desserts I'm not a big fan of. I will take, I prefer to split desserts with my wife, my kids, or whoever I'm there. I just take a bite or two and I'm done. That's really all you need for sweets at times. So that's kind of how you can make changes and live that way. And it just shifts your brain. Like I won't even, unless I'm truly out to have something from certain sections of the menu, I don't even look at it at times. And I'm fine with it. I'm happy with it because I'm doing something different and enjoying my food. So it really comes down to why you should hire a coach at times, or a trainer, or a counselor, or a nutritionist. Help it become part of your day and your life. So that's the whole secret, I believe, is when it's harder to do that, to moderate. It's easier for people to tell you to eliminate than moderate, because eliminate is so just black and white. That's the no carb thing. Stop eating carbs. That's the diet. Okay. So we've learned that just forces people to eat fat and protein more, and they fill up more and eat less. And then we think carbs are bad and cause fat gain, which is false. It's just that they don't eat the processed crap and other things that aren't satiating for them. And we know that. And I've probably regurgitated that 1,000 times. So that's the thing. Moderation is harder than elimination, because it's just easier to think, okay, don't eat it. But it doesn't last. When you can get moderation down, that'll last you forever. When you can kind of make that part of who you are, that moderation, that balance, and you can actually gravitate to that and grasp it and live it, that will take you on forever and ever. And then the elimination will just deprive you constantly to where you will want to end up binging one day. It's too extreme. So we got to eliminate the extremes. That's what's best. What's best is a non-extreme. So anyways, before I continue rambling, that is kind of my way of starting with people is to keep what they like involved, regulate what they're already doing, maybe clean some things up a little bit that are really bad, really poor for their goal, really working against them. So you don't flip them overnight. You just kind of say, all right, you know what? Let's go to the gym. You're not going to the gym. Let's go 1 or 2 days a week. Do that. All right, you'll still like these foods. Oh, yeah, this is your treat. Fine, let's keep that in there, but we're going to regulate it. That's kind of how it should start out, I think. And that's what I do. So if you do want to reach me and talk more about that, social media is a great way to do so. I am at MFS Wellness on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also email me. That's mike@mfswellness.com. And I'm more than happy to have a phone call. I don't charge for those. I'd like to do those before anyone commits to me, so that you understand who I am. I understand you, where you're coming from. You get where we're going to go with this. I explain myself to that. And we just kind of shoot the shit a little bit and talk about where you want to go. So feel free to do that. And until we come back with the next podcast, I appreciate everyone for listening, and we will see you on the next one.